Every time I write the number 13 on my hand, I know everything will be fine.
There's a silence before the roar, a breath before the storm. The arena trembles, thousands of voices wait, and for a second time stops. Taylor Swift sits before the mirror backstage and with a black marker writes a number on her skin. 13, it's her secret, her portal, her way of ordering the chaos before the world sweeps her away. Many think it's superstition, but it isn't. It's a personal code, a form of meditation. In that number lives the story of a woman who learned how to stay alive amid global noise. Because the truth is simple. You can't choose how hard the wind blows, but you can choose how to breathe inside it. And she does it this way. With a number and act, a tiny ritual that reminds her who she is when everything shakes. Taylor Swift is not just a singer. She's a cultural force. A symbol of resilience, a mind that builds entire universes of meaning into every detail. But behind the fame, the billion-dollar tours, and the lights, there's still a girl who trusts a number to feel safe. 13. The number that has followed her since the beginning, from a teenager writing songs in her bedroom, to the woman who now moves the world. For many, 13 means bad luck. For her, it means the opposite, a personal blessing. This video isn't about a magic number. It's about the human need for meaning. About how, in a loud, chaotic world, we all need a symbol to remember where we are. About how spirituality often hides not in temples or theories, but in the quiet repetition of the small things that ground us. Behind the success, behind the perfection, Taylor has an inner language made of gestures, signs, and breaths. And 13 is the key to all of it. Stay with me. Listen to Taylor, because maybe you too have a number that guides you, and you just don't know it yet.
I've never really believed in luck. I believe in connections, in little signs that seem random but somehow speak to you. 13 has always been my number. I was born on December 13th. My first album went gold in 13 weeks. Every time life shifted, that number appeared, like a quiet signature. But that's not why I love it. I love it because it reminds me that I get to decide what something means to me. As a kid, they told me 13 was unlucky. I decided it would be my strength. When I step on stage and write that number on my hand, I'm setting an intention, not for the crowd, but for myself. It's like lighting a small flame inside the storm. I've learned that rituals aren't empty habits. They're mental architecture. They make space in the mind, silence in the noise. That simple act roots me in the present. It's how I say, I'm here, now. It's not superstition, it's presence. It's my quiet prayer. People think success makes you invincible, but the truth is the more visible you become, the more fragile you feel. Everyone watches, judges, dissects, and sometimes you lose touch with yourself. 13 is my antidote. It reminds me that before the fame, before the noise, before it all, there was just a girl with a guitar and a dream. Each time I draw that number, I return to her. And in doing so, I save myself. You don't need a grand ritual to feel whole. You just need a real connection to what centers you. For me, it's a number. For others, it's a word, a gesture, a breath. My ritual doesn't protect me from fear. Fear is part of being alive. My ritual teaches me how to walk through it. There are days when I feel like I can't hold everything, the expectations, the judgment, the rhythm. So I close my eyes, breathe, look at my hand, and I find peace. 13 doesn't guarantee destiny, it guarantees presence. And in that presence, chaos turns into rhythm, fear turns into strength. Superstition makes you depend on what you can't control. Conscious ritual gives you your power back. When I write 13, I'm not asking for things to go well. I'm declaring that no matter what happens, I'll keep going. Many think spirituality means rising above the world, escaping the real. I think the opposite. Spirituality is staying fully with all that you are, even the fear, even the trembling. My 13 is an act of love for my humanity. It's my hidden prayer. When I draw that number, I'm not summoning magic. I'm shaping intention. It's the simplest way I know to bring order inside me. And every time I do it, something aligns, as if the universe recognizes that silent language and whispers back, yes, I see you. Maybe you have your own 13. Maybe you don't call it that, but it's there, a gesture, a phrase, a breath that brings you home. Every person needs a sign that keeps them centered when everything shakes. Chaos doesn't need to be controlled. It needs to be embraced, loved, transformed. That's what rituals teach you. You don't have to change the world. Just stay whole inside it. When the crowd screams, when the lights explode, when every moment feels too much, I think of that number on my hand and I smile. Because that tiny mark holds my whole story. It reminds me of the girl who wrote poems in a notebook. The young woman who fell and rose again. The woman who learned that the most powerful truths don't need to be shouted, only traced on the skin and believed. I've learned that strength isn't in the act, but in the presence you bring to it. Every time you repeat a ritual consciously, you build a bridge between your fragile part and your luminous one. 13 is my threshold, my breath before the light, my way of saying, I'm ready.
And you, maybe you have your own symbol, a gesture, a number, a word you repeat without knowing why. Maybe you've forgotten it or dismissed it as nothing. But if you stop for a moment and look at it with new eyes, you might find it speaks the language of your soul. You don't need to believe in magic to feel magic. You just need to be present. Every time you choose to give meaning to something, you're turning chaos into order, chance into destiny, fear into faith. If you feel like sharing, write in the comments what your 13 is, that little thing that saves you, that brings you back to yourself. Because it's not superstition, it's your hidden prayer. And maybe, just like Taylor Swift, you'll realize that the mark that protects you isn't written on your palm, it's engraved in your heart.